Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for October the 6th. I am going to be pulling one card for each sign, plus one card for overall energy, and we're going to take a peek at how those two different energies combine for each sign for the day. The deck I'm using is called the Hush Tarot. Not because it's super secret, but because the person who came up with it, their last name was literally Hush, H-U-S-H. All right, so let's see what comes up. Oh, I forgot to pull overall. Let's pull overall energy. See if I can get out of the glare for you guys. Okay, overall energy is Lovers in Reverse. This talks about some kind of partnership that is where you're having a hard time being on the same page with the other person in this partnership. So this can be a business partnership, this can be a romantic partnership, can be a close friendship, but there's something where this is somebody that you would consider somebody close to you, somebody that you work with and you accomplish things with, and you're having a hard time being on the same page right now. So let's take a peek at how that plays out for each sign. For Aries, Chariot in reverse. Okay, all right. Well, this really is basically saying something very similar, actually. So this is kind of a highlighted energy or a highlighted message for Aries. With the Chariot showing up in reverse, this talks about having some type of goal or target that you're working towards, and you're working towards this goal or target. You can't do it by yourself. It doesn't work that way. The only way you're going to get there is with the help, assistance, encouragement of at least one other person, if not other people as well. Sometimes this is even my marriages are on the rocks type of card. I have seen it come up for this before, with that also coming up opposite our overall of the Lovers in reverse. For some of you Aries, this may be that your marriage is in dire need of communication, compromise, some things to help it move forward, because right now you guys look like you're kind of stalemated, and you're stalemated to the point that things are not going very well. So this is kind of a critical time to come in and work on that bond. For those of you that this is not about a marriage or a long-lasting romantic partnership, then this can be like a business partnership that people really need to get on the same page, or a friendship, whatever type of relationship this is, where you are working along with somebody else to get something accomplished, whether it's in your personal life or your business life, whatever. This is really the time to communicate and get things sort of hashed out and worked out and compromised, and figure out where you go from here, because this is rough, and if you ignore this, then it doesn't go uphill if you just ignore it. So there you go. Best advice is take care of business there. Next up, Taurus. So Taurus, you guys are coming up with the Ace of Swords. This is really interesting because with the overall energy being Lovers in reverse, there is somebody that you accomplish things along with. You work with them to accomplish things, and you're having a hard time really being on the same page with that person. And with the Ace of Swords showing up here, I think it's really an epiphany. There's something about this situation that helps you to really understand the other person in a way that you did not understand them before. And also interesting, this isn't going to be something that just applies to this particular situation where there's trouble in some type of partnership, but this epiphany is going to apply to a lot of different areas of life and make some other puzzle pieces fit together better than they have before. So really a new understanding of something that comes about because of this situation with this partnership that's maybe broken or just having trouble being on the same page together. All right, next up, let's look at Gemini. Gemini is coming up as the Queen of Wands here. Boop ba doo doo, boop ba doo doo. What is going on here, Geminis? Geminis, Geminis, Geminis. Okay, with Lover's card coming up in reverse and the overall energy and you coming up as the Queen of Wands, Geminis, it's going to be really interesting to see how your day plays out. I've actually got two stories showing up, or two storylines showing up here in my impressions, so I'm going to give you both of those. And I think I've got like a 50-50 split on these. So for some of you, you're going to be the cause of somebody not getting along who usually gets along. They're usually great partners that work together pretty easily. There's going to be something about your very presence or something that you bring up that is going to have these partners not getting along or not seeing eye to eye for a little while. Okay. Now, the other way that this is playing out for the other 50% of you is that there is some kind of partnership in your life, somebody that you're partnered up with, whether this is a business partner, a personal relationship type partner, or a romantic relationship type partner, and you're having a hard time being on the same page with them. And that is actually causing you to do more things independently of this partnership, where before you might have ran some of the things that you're doing independently through that partnership filter. Now you're just striking out and doing those things independently. And that may be a little, it seems like you've got a situation that's kind of feeding itself and making itself bigger because not being able to see eye to eye with this other person is making you do things more independently. Doing things more independently is making it harder to see things eye to eye with this other person. And so it seems like it's a cycle that's feeding back and forth. Very interesting. Let's look at Cancers. What do we have? Emperor showing up here with overall energy of the Lovers in reverse. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. What is happening here? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Cancers. With the Emperor, when the Emperor shows up upright, this is somebody, and I feel like this is you. You're somebody who has upstanding character, at least as it relates to this situation over here. I think in your sphere of influence, you've got a couple of partners that are not getting along very well at all. Okay, they're having a hard time seeing eye to eye. We've got you over here having a lot of integrity, being that friend that people can come to, being somebody who has high expectations, high standards. It's interesting that you're not coming up as the judge here, but instead the emperor. It looks to me like there's something about this situation where people are not getting along, where you're kind of taking control of this. You're taking control of this situation, and it's other people not getting along. I don't feel like you're one that's not. I feel like you're stepping in here where a couple of people are not getting along, and you are, basically telling them they need to get their stuff together. So you could be in a supervisory position, and this could be happening at work with a couple people that you're supervising where they're kind of feuding, and you're saying that's enough of that. We're all on the same team. Stop it. Cut it out. This could be something going along in your family life or in your personal life between a couple of friends, between a couple of your kids or nieces or nephews or whatever. But I feel like you're the one that's stepping in and saying, this is ridiculous the way you guys are acting towards each other. Stop. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this Cancers. Next up, we're going to look at Leos. Leo, Leo. Okay, King of Pentacles showing up here in your energy, Leo. So, Leo, this is interesting. This is telling me a little something here. With the Lovers coming up in reverse, I guess these cards are all telling me a little something, huh? That doesn't make it too interesting. The Lovers card in reverse talks to me about somebody who's in your sphere of influence. Okay, so I think you've got two people that are spat quarreling, arguing, maybe even all out. Ugh. For some of you Leos, I feel like your parents may be even talking about getting divorced or going their separate ways or something like that. Um, and over here with you coming in as the King of Pentacles today, Leos, Yeah. Well, I've got two stories for you guys too. So for some of you, you guys are showing up as the King of Pentacles, which means you're the more grounded one. You're the one paying attention to the practical realities of this whole situation. And so it looks to me like you're kind of advising one of these two that are not getting along, maybe even both of them, about do you really want to go down this path? Because there are consequences for going down this path of, not getting along. And for some of you, this King of Pentacles is actually somebody who's in your sphere of influence. And this King of Pentacles is one of these two people is not getting along with the partner. Okay. So whether it's a romantic partner, family partner, whatever. So this King of Pentacles is somebody who's pretty well grounded. They're pretty practical normally. And we see that this is somebody who's in your sphere of influence that's not getting along with somebody who's important for them to get along with, for things to work smoothly in their life and the other person's life. And so it looks to me like if this person is showing up in your sphere of influence, whatever's going on in this situation is going to be impacting your life as well. So this is kind of the heads up that, something is going on here and you're going to be seeing the results of it pretty soon. In fact, let's just say today. Excuse me, I had to wet my whistle. All right, so that was Leo. Let's look at Virgo. Okay, so Virgos, you guys have the Ace of Cups showing up in reverse. Plus our overall energy is the Lover's card. Sorry, I know that bottle cap's pretty loud on the microphone. I apologize. So Lover's card in reverse. Along with our Ace of Cups in reverse. Virgo, somebody has shown you their true colors. And I don't think you were expecting this. This is usually somebody that we have on a pedestal when a card like this shows up. And so now we no longer have them on that pedestal. We're starting to realize, oh, they're human too. They make mistakes too. They don't do everything perfectly. I thought this person had their stuff together. Um, Here's the problem with them showing you their true colors. Now you're not able to see eye to eye with this person. This is really changing how you're viewing this person, and you're not really happy being partnered up with this person, whatever type of partnership that is, business, friendship, work, romance, whatever. You're just you're really having to reevaluate and think about this partnership, because you can't see eye to eye with this person anymore. All right, so that was Virgo. Next up, we're looking at Libra. Okay, so Libra's Nine of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, with the Lovers in reverse as well. So Libra, this talks about that you've got some kind of situation with somebody that you consider yourself partnered to. You work on things together. You have common goals that you work towards, and you guys are having a hard time being on the same page. Problem is, right over here in your energy, Libras, you guys miss this partnership. You miss how things flow together between you and this other person, whether it's friendship, romantic, whatever. You miss that chemistry and that synastry of being able to move forward with that person in a peaceful and happy way. Problem is, you guys are not on the same page here. So if you're not on the same page and you're not moving towards common goals together and you miss them, it's time to try to talk to them and see, okay, can we get this rolling again? Can we hash out whatever our differences are and put things back together so that we can move forward again peacefully and happily? Okay, time for that conversation. Next up, we're looking at Scorpios. Scorpios, Five of Cups showing up with the Lovers showing up in reverse in the overall. Scorpios, this just means we have a situation with somebody that we're usually able to move forward with and interact with and work with fairly well. But right now, we're not on the same page with that person. Maybe communications are a little bit rocky. Maybe they're going through something, that's taking their attention away from whatever. But something is happening so that we're not on the same page with this person that we are somehow partnered up with. And with this Five of Cups, we're feeling disappointed about it. Of course, because, we're sensitive. And so this is something disappointing. Now, Lover's card over here by itself or even combined with the Five of Cups, whenever it's in reverse, doesn't necessarily mean a breakup. Just means two people are having a hard time getting along. Okay? So we are feeling disappointed by that, but I don't want anybody to get the idea that the disappointment is because there's a breakup here. This card for me is not about a breakup. It's about a rocky time that, that we can work through. Okay? So that's what I've got for Scorpios. Next up, we're looking at Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius, moon card showing up here. This is really interesting. This is basically just telling me there are some things going on behind the scenes in your life, Sagittarius. And with two cards, it's kind of hard to say which portion of your life, whether this is business, personal, whatever. You're probably, I don't know if you're going to know about this actually. But what's going on behind the scenes has to do with this overall energy that there's somebody who is partnered up with someone else to make things happen. And that partnership is suffering a little bit. They're having to work through some issues. They're not exactly on the same page. Whatever's going on in this partnership is somehow influencing what's going on in your life. So the idea that these two people or these two parties are not on the same page is influencing your life. So there are things going on behind the scenes that are influencing things, which tells me you've got some things happening today that you may be wondering, what on earth, where did that come, or why are we jumping through this hoop? Well, now you know you're jumping through that hoop, or that came from this whole idea that there's a couple people behind the scenes not getting along, and that's causing some manifestations outside of that partnership as well. Okay, next we're looking at Capricorn. High Priestess showing up in reverse, Capricorns. So, High Priestess in reverse, Capricorns, there's a couple of ways that this could be playing out. With the Lovers card coming up in reverse and the overall energy, I feel like there's somebody outside of yourself who is not getting along with someone that they normally get along really well with. And I think with the High Priestess energy in reverse, this is something that is incredibly confusing to you. High Priestess in reverse is profound, profound confusion. All right. So that's one of the stories that's coming in here. So that's going to be, I don't know, 40–50% of y'all. The rest of you, how this is coming in is there's somebody that you're not really getting along with really well today. There's not a lot of good solid communication going back and forth. You may be being very quiet, just trying to process some things. May not even have to do with the other person, but there's somebody that you're not getting along very well with. And this could be somebody who is very sensitive to energy, so could be very psychic or an energy worker or something like that, or a light worker. But whatever is going on, this other person is really confused, whether it's somebody who's considered sensitive or not. This person is really confused by the idea that, wait, why aren't we talking? Wait, well, how come we're not getting along? They don't even know, if they did something wrong, they didn't even realize they did it. And I'm not sure, I'm really not convinced whenever I feel into this card for you guys that they did anything wrong. I feel like you may be processing something completely separate from them over off to the side and just not being very verbal right now. And this other person is taking it as, okay, why is this going on? They're taking it more directed at them. Okay. So you want to be careful if you are processing something that you're not letting other people around you have the impression that maybe you're not happy with them, and just kind of give them a heads up. Hey, I'm just going to be quiet for a little while. I'm dealing with some stuff I don't really want to talk about right now. Would probably be pretty helpful for our confused person right here. Just saying. Next up, let's look at Aquarius. So, Aquarius, you guys have the Ten of Cups showing up in reverse. Ten of Cups in reverse. Excuse me. So Aquarius with the Lovers card showing up in reverse in the overall energy and this Ten of Cups in reverse, I think that the idea that you have some kind of partner that you're not seeing eye to eye with right now, this could be a romantic, family member, friend, business partner, but you're not seeing eye to eye with them right now, and you normally do. You normally get along pretty smoothly and pretty well. This is making you unhappy, and I think that you are putting in energy and effort today to really fix this situation and get it into a more stable, grounded, and healthy place. All right. So that's for Aquarius. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. All right, Pisces, Three of Swords showing up for you guys. So when the Lover's coming up in reverse and the overall energy and the Three of Swords here, this looks to me like there's something going on with somebody that you care about greatly, that you normally get along well with, where you guys are having a hard time seeing eye to eye. And I think it really hurts your feelings and hurts your heart that this person can't see where you're coming from when you're trying to discuss or communicate about this situation that you're not seeing eye to eye on. I feel like, I don't know if I want to say that you feel insulted. I'm not sure that that's exactly what I'm feeling right here, but definitely there's this idea of feeling hurt that this person just doesn't understand where you're coming from. It seems like it should be so obvious to you about where you're coming from, and yet your person just doesn't seem to get it. Okay? And remember, Pisces, water signs, we're all very empathic and we understand things about people and where they're coming from much more easily than other signs do that are not water signs. So, this might be a good day to sort of give the other person some slack and kind of spell things out to them because maybe they just really truly don't know. And it's not about that they don't care. Maybe they just really truly don't know. Okay. So that's what I've got for everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. I do appreciate it. Also, guys, remember you guys are my sponsors, so please share this video around with others, put a thumbs up on it, and give me some feedback down below. I always love to read through that. And all of that stuff actually helps the channel, so I do appreciate it. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.